excited. So they're giving my background basically. Friends, I come from a very regular middle class background. My father was a successful bureaucrat. My mother was a homemaker, and we are three brothers and sisters. My elder brother, he basically studied medicine, and today he's a neurosurgeon, a very accomplished one. He works with some what we know as AIMS, or India Institute of Medical Sciences. And my elder sister, she's an MBA, and she is a software engineering graduate. She's working with a leading multinational company. And I personally, because my brother became a doctor, my sister became an engineer, so I didn't have much of a choice because we had a science background. So I had to choose again one of those two streams. And because I was good in both, it was difficult for me to decide. But since I could not, bear the sight of dissecting cockroaches or frogs, so ultimately I decided to go on the engineering stream. So frankly speaking, I am a very accomplished engineer, but I'm not a very passionate engineer. Okay, I was good student right from the beginning, and I was good at it because I knew that people appreciate people who are meritorious. So the appreciation was that one thing that used to drive me into getting good marks. I was not really very passionate about that subject, because if I was very passionate about that subject, I would be doing something about it. And this subject will also touch going forward today. So what happened is that the regular middle class upbringing that we had was, you have to study well, get good grades, get a good job, and get settled in life. Okay, so study well and become big in life. This one lie, which has been told in every family, was also told in our family. In this Zoom meeting, I believe we have around 1,000 plus people, and we have so many more people connected over the YouTube. I just want to ask you a very simple question. How many of us have been students or are educated? I think everyone is. But how many of us became big in life? That's a question mark. So that game plan that was given to us, that if you get educated, you'll become big, that game plan is somewhere incomplete, and we'll touch base upon that game plan. But we followed that same game plan. And I was a school topper in my classes. Then ultimately I went on to qualify engineering from Delhi College of Engineering, the top engineering college of India, and that too in software engineering. Because I was a ranker, I got a good branch, studied 4 years there, did my stuff, was not very passionate about it, because the goal was to get a job, got a job. But ultimately I did not want to go into software engineering, so I went and did my MBA. Okay, we have masters in business administration from international business discipline from Indian Institute of Foreign Trade. That was where I actually learned about businesses. Okay, MBA taught me a lot about businesses. Now these two colleges that I'm talking about, these two are basically dream colleges for anyone to have. So if you look at it, we actually were pursuing the same ladder that most of us, I would say 90% of people in India, are actually pursuing, have pursued, or have their children pursue. Okay, the same thing we did. But most of the times what happens is that where your ladder is actually put up, that none of us have an idea. And by the time we get to that top of the ladder, we realize that probably this is not where we wanted to come. It's too late. And it's too difficult for our status, or our probably the self-pride that we have developed about our designation, to actually digest the fact that probably we could have had a better route. Thank God, when I basically finished my MBA, I got through into a company called Coca-Cola company, and that particular decision of my life actually proved the game changer, because I was then posted at Bihar and Jharkhand. That's where I met my current mentor, Mr. Priyamat Kumar Singh. And all right, friends. So many of us are here today. Some of us are very young. Some of us are very mature. Some of us are already doing our occupation. Some of us are having troubles in our occupation. Some of us are already set with our career, and we are facing an upset because of the current crisis. Some of us are actually already prepared for this, and some of them of us are actually trying to look for solutions. Okay, so let me just take you through a journey. Okay, what exactly career means to all of us, and I will try to explain with our life examples what career situations we went across with. See, right from the beginning, we are all sold out, especially the middle class. Okay, the middle income people, we are okay, and that game plan is the game plan of education. Okay, education, if you see education, the purpose of education is to gain knowledge. Okay, purpose of education is to gain knowledge, and knowledge ultimately is to set free. If you know about something, you become free, or you grow in some way. Okay, to know is to grow. Okay, now all of us who basically now go into education, just try to remember how much knowledge we gain. the objective of education as on date probably has become more towards gaining marks than gaining knowledge. Okay. Why do we focus more on gaining marks? I'll just simply ask a question. All of us who are sitting in this Zoom meeting, most of us would have qualified at least matriculation. It's a safe assumption. Most of us would have done that. But how many of us are confident that if we'll again give the examination of matriculation, we'll again pass? We are not confident. I'm not confident. I was a batch topper, but I'm not confident that I'll again pass. But if I have had the knowledge of driving a car, even if I drove a car 10 years back, I can still drive a car today. It means I have knowledge of driving. If somebody knows how to cook, that person can cook even 10 years down the line. But why doesn't the same thing apply to things that we have, taken education in? We have got certificates, degrees that, basically declare I'm an MBA. My degree says that. But if you ask me to sit in the exam again, but I probably not be able to pass. It means that the education game plan that has been sold to us, that game plan has a linkage with another game plan. And that game plan is education leading to gaining marks, marks making us eligible to competition, which means the actual game plan is competition, that we have to ultimately prepare ourselves to become eligible for a competition, and that competition will make us eligible for an occupation. Whether you want to go become a doctor, whether you want to become an engineer, whether you want to become a lawyer, you want to become, you want to go in media, you want to become a fashion graduate. Basically, the game plan is of, selling us occupation through education. Now, education leading to competition, leading to occupation, versus education leading to knowledge, which sets us free. Now, you tell me, friends, occupation, the word, and free, the word, don't you think they're just antonyms? Knowledge was there to set you free, not to get you occupied. That's where the game plan goes wrong, right from the beginning. We are all told that we have to find an occupation for ourselves. We have to basically find that occupation, because unless we find an occupation, we won't have a livelihood. This is the biggest myth. Because if you look at people who are the most secure right now, those guys don't have an occupation. They all have their businesses. They are not looking to get their time occupied. They are looking to get a system working for them. Okay. If you see competition, the game plan of competition, see the paradox of competition. The population of India or the world is going to become higher and higher as time progresses. Okay. Now, if there were X number of people who appeared for the exam that you have qualified for, what about how many people will, appear for the exam that your children are going to take up? It's going to go up. The odds are going to be lower and lower and lower. For example, when I gave IIT, probably there were 5-6 lakhs people. That was way back in 2003. Okay. Even probably less than that. And then we had around 5,000 seats. So we had at least 1% chance of getting through. And, we were amongst those 1% top guys who could make it. 99% could not make it then also. But if somebody wants to go to give IIT JEE entrance examination right now, they would be competing against 15 lakhs people. So that is a much lower odd, much worse odd than the odd that their predecessors faced. So it's not how sharp you are. It's what's the odds you are playing against. So the career odd that the average Indian is playing against, I'll have some data with me. The career odd, UPSC, 11.36 lakh candidates, 1,099 selected, less than 0.08%. Bank PO for State Bank of India, 15 lakh people appear, 2313 selected, 0.15% ratio. Then we have clerk exam, 43 lakh people appear, 19,243 selected, 0.44% selection. NDA, 3 lakh people appear. Okay, they don't have a data, but the selection ratio is 0.0005%. Railway, 93 lakh people appear for railway exam, 18,252 selected, 0.2% selection. IIT JEE, 12 lakhs people appear, 9,200 plus seats. One of the best ratios of selection, but that is also 0.81%, less than 1%. AIIMS medical, 1.9 lakh students, 672 selected, 0.35%. None of the examinations in India, which are called the A-grade examinations, none of the competitive examinations have even a percentage of more than 1% selection. Which means you are facing an odd where out of 100 people, 99 people will be rejected. And why are we going for that kind of a career? Only because those careers have been glamorized, or that has been the path which has been set. Most of us are basically set on those paths which have already been defined. So, see the paradox? We want ourselves to have an income which is very different from the normal, but we want to do exactly what the normal is doing. Okay. So by doing exactly what the normal is doing, how can you actually go and achieve something which is extraordinary? So for extraordinary, you have to be a path breaker. And that path breaking starts when you show the guts to take a leap of faith and take a decision, which rarely other people have the courage to take. Thank God, Devjani and I were able to look at an opportunity showed by a person who had the courage to take a decision. You know what really influenced us was the ability of somebody absolutely very, very, very upbeat in his education, upbeat in his career, who had taken a leap of faith and had created an empire for himself. What was I really struck with when I met Mr. Priyamat Kumar Singh? He is my current mentor, and all of us know he's a double diamond in Amway. And that gentleman, when I saw him, that he had taken a leap of faith, he had shaped a business empire for himself. He had forged an empire, but that forging of empire took a lot more than just signing off a form. That took a conscious decision. That took a path-breaking decision. That took a vision, and that was what inspired me. If somebody else had shown the plan to me, probably my status would not have allowed me to even listen. Friends, I was heading East India for marketing for a company, and so if somebody showed me a marketing plan, I would have always felt that what is he going to teach me? I'm going to teach him more marketing than he can teach me. But when I looked at Premji's background, he was a successful bureaucrat in what he was doing. And when I saw that this person has a reason, and when he showed me the gamut of people who were doing, Nobel Prize laureates were doing it, rocket scientists were doing it, NASA scientists were doing it, then PhD scholars were doing it, IITians were doing it, doctors, successful doctors were doing it, successful lawyers were doing it, presidents of America were involved in this kind of business. Then just one thing struck home to me, that this business runs beyond careers. Just it runs beyond profession. What is it that attracts so many people to this kind of a career? And that one word, if I understand properly as on this day, is leadership. It is leadership and purpose that brings so many people together. In this call, we have around thousands plus people sitting in this call. What is it that's bringing all of us? That is leadership and purpose. What happens is that most of us, when we start our life, we get into rat race. Okay, we want to perform because we want to basically prove to people that we are worth something. The way I performed for engineering, the way Devjani performed for mathematics honors, we were trying to prove to people that we are worth something. But what happens in the pursuit of that proving to people, we lose what is really inside us. A lot of us, if you look at life, the balance of life, okay, things that we do define the profession. Things that we want to do define our passion. Okay. My question to all of us is, are we really doing the things that we want to do? Or are we doing the things that we have to? Why do we have to do the things that we have to do? Because probably we are not able to solve a few equations of our life. And one of those equations is the money balance equation. The money balance equation affects most of us. That is why most of us are actually forced into certain careers, which careers look lucrative at the outset. But probably when we start doing that, then we realize that, what the truth is. We run after achievements, we run after accolades, we run after a competition. And if we are not through the competition, then we think that, there's something wrong with us. Probably you are in the wrong race. If we would have pitched Sachin Tendulkar for a race of, like say IIT, he would have never fared well. We always say that, you don't, have a fish compete on, climbing a tree, and you don't have, monkeys compete on, swimming in the pond. Okay. So the careers that we choose must have a basis of our passion. What do you want to do? And you know what passion is? Passion is something that we are willing to do even if we are not getting paid for it. Tendulkar will play cricket even if it doesn't get paid for it. A.R. Rahman will compose music even if it doesn't get paid for it. What is it that we are willing to do even if we don't get paid for it? That forms the passion. And to reach to that passion, you know what? Our monetary requirements have to be taken care of by certain mechanisms. That's the truth. All the real big people in the world have their money part getting solved by a money mechanism, not by the passion mechanism. When we go for an occupation where we actually give 10 to 12 hours of our day and try to gain money, what we are trying to do is that we are trying to be experts of something that we are not experts of. If money is the motive behind, getting to a career, what happens is that we lose out the basic sheen of it. Try to understand. Our own hair. Do we cut our own hair? We have an expert do it for us. Okay. It's our own hair, but we don't cut our own hair. Okay. Now, this cloth that I'm wearing, am I the person who has made it? No, some expert has made it. Okay. If I break my elbow, Will I repair it myself? I will go to an expert. Okay. When you have your children, okay, you send them to a school. You don't, teach them yourself. You have an expert teach them. So when everything you have an expert, when it's your own home, you don't design it yourself. You have the expert design it. Okay. So everything that is there in your life, you are basically having an expert come and teach you, or expert come and do it for you. Then why the process of money making must be done by you? Are you the expert? Probably not. If you were expert, people would be, asking you for tips and suggestions. Okay. So if you feel that you're not an expert of money making, voila, it's not very difficult. Just get attached to somebody who's an expert of money making. The number one reason why I got attached to my mentor was that because I understood the fact that this guy is a better expert at money making than I am. The number one reason why Sachin Tendulkar chooses to do advertisements is that he wants money making process to be different from his core passion, so that he can focus on his passion. He doesn't have to worry about paying his bills. The number one reason why anybody should choose a career in Amway is that you get attached to a person who is an expert at the process of making money. I'll prove this point to you. If you want to know more about science, you refer to a scientist. If you want to know more about botany, you refer to a botanist. If you want to know more about psychology, you refer to a psychologist. So if you want to know more about your capital in your life, the capital equation, you have to refer to a capitalist. Now, Amway is the perfect example of capitalism. And Amway business owners are perfect capitalists. They basically understand what is time capital. They basically understand how to generate assets. They basically understand how to create pipelines and networks of people around the globe. And from those networks, how to get tie up with an e-commerce giant like Amway and develop huge businesses, turnovers around the world, from which the money, the equations of each and every person's life can be solved. Okay. So that was one of the most important points that actually helped us take a decision. Apart from that, what is it that really struck us? The purpose behind the decision was that all of us know how to basically work hard. But if you see, the world is not full of successful people who are hard workers. We have always been taught if you're a hardworking guy, you'll be successful. But success is not equal to hard work. Success is the quantum of work that you're able to do. And if you want a huge quantum of work, then you have to involve a word called network. If you're alone and if you go to fish in a pond, how many fish will you take out in the entire day? If you work, how many fish? Probably a few. Your entire day's effort, few fish. But if you take a net and you throw it in the pond, and if you go and sleep, and then you come back in the evening and you try to pick up the fish, the quantity of the fish will be huge. What happened in the first case? You worked. And what happened in the second case? The net worked. So network always has more power than when we and I work. Now, the question is very simple. Why Amway? Very simple. If you had to do engineering, why IIT? If you had to take, a mobile phone, a smartphone, then why Apple? If you had to buy, a good luxury car, then why Mercedes, BMW, and Audi? Why? Very simple. The brand name itself. Amway has stood the test of time. Amway has stood the test of time for 60 good years. The credibility of the products, the credibility of the people, the credibility of the compensation plan, which has worked in more than 100 countries, the credibility of the people or the credibility of the government agencies which have approved Amway and its claims, the credibility of the different, the product claims that Amway has. All this ultimately makes Amway a worthwhile investment. Now you tell me, if you had to search something good on internet, which platform would you use? Google, right? Why Google? There are so many other platforms also. Why Google? You'll say it's the best, right? If you had to, let's say, watch something, if you had to binge watch a show, then why Netflix and why Hotstar? Because they're the best. Simple. That's why if you had to develop a business of your own, a home-based business, simply Amway, because they are the best. They have the highest and best track record so far in helping people like you and me professionals develop an alternative pipeline of income and secure our finances throughout history. Okay, friends. If I look at a career graph that we had, okay, so beginning, engineer, after that, MBA, after that, doing a job. At the age of 27, basically when I was doing job, I got in this Amway business, okay. Now, how this Amway business was different from the job I was doing, okay. Anything that you're working at will get built. Ultimately, you'll build it, okay. If you're working at a table, you'll build a table. If you're working at a chair, you'll build a chair. If you're working at a project, you'll build the project. Now, when I was working for Coca-Cola company, my employer, I was building projects for them. Now tell me, was I actually developing something for me? Something that would be my legacy? Probably not. I developed huge business for them. You know, Devjani talked about the growth rate. We actually literally carved out, changed the market share of Coca-Cola from lower to higher. But does that carry forward with me? It does not. Even if I would, be in the same company for 60 good years, still after 60, that wouldn't be mine. That would not be counted as my legacy, friends. But whatever small bit I was doing with Amway, that counted as my legacy. From 2012 till 2020, I have changed 2 companies in my job, quit the companies. I have my own organizations. I have met and lost a lot of people. But one thing has stuck with me, and that is my legacy and Devjani's legacy with Amway Business. You have to understand that if we can work 8 to 9 hours to fulfill somebody else's dream, then why can't we work 2 hours to fulfill our own dream? If we can work for livelihood for 8 hours, then why not work 2 hours to build our fortunes? Now you'll ask, how can a fortune be built with this kind of industry? Very simple, very simple. That whatever somebody else designs for you has a limit as per that person's mindset. Okay, suppose you are getting paid for a job, 10,000, 50,000, 1 lakh, 5 lakh. How much would you want? The lower one or the higher one? You would want the higher one, okay? Because you want to get paid. But if your employer is thinking how much to pay you, 10,000, 50,000, 1 lakh or 5 lakhs, obviously he would think that, give him only 10,000. So the equation itself is reversed. They're basically in conflict with each other. Your employer's equation is minimum liability and your equation is maximum gain. Somewhere the trade-off has to happen, and mostly because we are poor at negotiations, so mostly the employers win because we know that demand supply is very high. We know that if I will not get this job, somebody else will get this job and somebody else will be willing to do it at a lower price. But when you build your own empire, when you design your own job, when you design your own business, then you can set the benchmark. You can set whether you're satisfied with 50,000 or 1 lakh or 5 lakhs or whatever. Sky is the limit what you can set. That's the reason this career is so flexible and it is unlimited potential. It can give you unlimited potential. Friends, when you talk about career, what is it that we all want? Is it only achievement and success? Is it only accolades and designations? Or is it also true fulfillment? Because I'm telling you, though, friends, achievement without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. At the age of 27, I became CEO of a company. Okay, my friends congratulated me like anything. But after 2 years as a CEO, I felt that I was not happy with my, I was not fulfilled. Because what I was doing is that I was helping somebody else become really big, but I was not actually helping myself become big. The day I took a leap of faith and decided to quit my job, my promoters asked me, Ashish, why are you taking this decision? You're being a fool. Why are you going after, this kind of a business? Why are you doing direct selling business? And why are you leaving such a high-fi job? We could give you equity going forward. I just answered them one thing. Boss, I am only doing what you did a few years back. They also had become entrepreneurs. They were also regular job goers. I just answered it, and then they started laughing and they said that welcome to the club. Friends, in this whole world, there are only 2 kinds of people. One, the opportunity seekers, and the other, the opportunity givers. Look at the data right now. In this COVID crisis, you know how many people have lost their jobs? 14 crore people in India only. On 40 million, 14 crore people have lost their jobs. And many on their way, just in 1 month. That's the state of economy that we are going through. In India, the total number of employment is 40 crores. 40 crore people are unemployed. 27% of the households in India are unemployed. It was 6.7%. In 1 month, this has what has happened to the economy. When we do a job or an occupation, yes, we are doing service to the Indian industry like anything. But tell me, friends, as an entrepreneur, are we not able to help more people than just ourselves? Today, many of us who are on this Zoom call, we don't even know your name. Probably many of us, you would have heard our name for the first time. But whatever we are saying right now can have a bearing and impact in your life, can help take you a decision. How many people were you able to help take a decision and have better lives when you are in the occupation? If you're a successful doctor, how many doctors are you able to create? Be very honest with yourself. If my father is a bureaucrat, his dream was to always help people. He became a bureaucrat only for that, because he wanted to give a job, give jobs to people, from his fraternity, but he could never fulfill that dream. Just tell me, friends, how many people's lives are we able to change with what we're doing? With Amway, we have a team of more than 5,000 people. And we look up to mentors like Priyanka ji was a team of, 1 lakh people or so. And these are the people that he is able to inspire and help. Probably everybody will not be successful, because success always, is for minority. But at least you have opportunities to give to people. And what are the skills we learn? Most essential critical skill that we learn, I would tell you, is the ability to face our fears. We have so many fears. We have so many doubts. When we look at people, we doubt them, that this guy would not understand. This guy is not as smart as I am. This guy is not so, well-mannered, or this guy is not able to, figure it out. And this guy is not able to respond me properly. We have so many fears. Human beings are most afraid of human beings. This business helps us overcome our fear of talking to people, fear of influencing people, fear of, rejection. Tejani was better at it. I was most afraid of rejection. I thought I had an ego. I was, East India head, and I was CEO. How can I face rejection? The fact is, only the people who are willing to face rejection are the ones who can taste success. The price of success is actually goes through failure. All the people who are afraid of hearing a no, just let me ask this question. Are you the kind of person who wants to go, battle with a guarantee of, victory? Isn't it cowardice? Isn't it very, very coward? That tell me, if I'll be victorious, then only I'll enter the battle. It's very, very coward. Huh? Maharana Pratap, did he go into battlefield knowing that he would be winning the battle? No. That's why he's celebrated, and he's celebrated like that. Jhansi, the Queen of Jhansi, Maharani Lakshmi Bai, she went to the battlefield tying her child around her body, knowing that she would die. That's called real bravery. That's courage. If you go and show a plan to somebody, knowing that you might fail, knowing that the person might say no to you, that's called bravery. And this business has taught us this bravery, that even if you say no 1,000 times, you'll still get up and again show you the plan, because the dream is bigger than the self-image portion. What happens is that most of us are more concerned about how we are looking, how good we are looking. Probably somebody doesn't make fun of us. Boss, is that the mission of your life, that people don't make fun of you? That's the mission. Is that the only thing that you bother about, that people don't make fun of you? People don't even know you, leave apart making fun of you. If you keep this looking good lower than the mission of helping people around, that's true entrepreneurship, friends. That's true heroism. It's okay to look awkward, but it's not okay to not help people around you, knowing that you have an opportunity with you. Friends, when it comes to career, it's very important to understand that a career like Amway is amazing. I'll tell you how. See, everybody, what is the joy of life? See, joy. Whatever you are doing, just think about it. Is it your creation or somebody else's creation? Okay. This mobile phone. Okay. This mobile phone, it's my mobile phone. I want, this is my mobile phone. But is it my creation? So even if this might be the best mobile phone of the world, or the best brand, it's not my creation. So I can never be so passionate about it, or so happy, or so joyous about it, as much as the person who has created it. If somebody puts a beautiful child in your lap, you will love to, hug the child and, make, love the child. But would you have the same kind of joy had you bore the child yourself? A woman who has basically raised the child in a womb for 9 months, the kind of emotions she has with that child, will she ever have it for another child? Why? Because there's the joy of creation that goes into that. Okay. The jobs that we do, the occupation that we do, we love it when somebody recognizes what we have created. Unfortunately, what we create doesn't become our legacy. Even if we create that, even if we talk about that, even if we write in a resume, it doesn't go along with us. That's the problem. The joy, true joy, lies in creation. Somebody who has created just a chair, but he's created that chair. A painter who has created a painting. A musician who's composed a music piece. A poet who has composed a poem. The joy lies in creation. Friends, in this business, we create networks. The joy lies in creating the networks. These are live networks, live people with live dreams, with live passion, who are working hard. And thank God, Amway, what a company. What a company. This company has the guts. This company has the guts to totally rely on the partners. The true spirit of Amway lies in partnership. You know why we love Amway opportunity? Because this has defined partnership in a whole new way. Devjani and I were partners before Amway also. We were business partners, but it was just the two of us. We never had experts come and guide us. We never had somebody who had no agenda to guide us, to basically make profits from us, come and guide us. If today a PC jeweler comes and tells you that I can teach you jewelry, would you say no or yes? I would say yes, because that guy is successful. If a Tendulkar comes and tells me that, I will teach you cricket, I would say yes, because that guy is successful. Success is most important. We said yes to Priyamvaji because he was successful. He was taking us on the path of success and showing us the path that we had not seen. He was making the best come out from us. Most of us, have a fear that if I start doing something else, I might lose focus from what I'm already doing. Friends, just let me understand. Then how can Tata manage 80 companies? How can, Mukesh Bhai Ambani manage so many businesses and still, go for another business? Only because they have overcome this fear. Fear of losing what you have. You don't lose. If the second child comes to the family, the first child is not lost. Try to understand. If you have another jacket with you, you don't lose the first jacket. It's not about losing the focus. If you understand real entrepreneurship, you will know that everything does not have to be done by you. Having the right systems, right people in place, right team in place, and having enough faith and patience can help you develop anything and everything. And that is what we learn when we have different legs. With the current advent of, Amway Core Plus, you see, Amway has put so much more. They have siphoned up in, billions of dollars of extra incentive for people like us so that we can stand up on our feet in a better way. They have started focusing on the young people. You see, the youth of India has so much energy. The youth of India, they are in different communities. You look at them. They are making TikToks every day. They are making, videos every day. They are on Instagram. Look at them. They're building communities around. What we need to understand as Amway business owners is that we have to understand the psyche of the youth. The youth doesn't like lectures. You cannot go and just give lectures to them that this is good, this is what you have to do. They understand it is good, but they don't like that way. You have to be smart, modernize the message. You have to basically do something that is cool. You have to basically get into a cool way of challenging them. For example, if you have a push-ups challenge, and if you do a push-ups challenge with a brand like Access, that is what drives home the point of Access to them. Telling them that Access contains vitamin B, vitamin C, and Access contains taurine, and Access is zero sugar, that's a boring lecture for them. Try to understand how to build communities. When we went to China, for an incentive trip from Amway with Nutrilite, then we actually learned about how wow communities are created, how body key communities are created, how queen communities are created, and how people's lives are impacted in circles. If you give, that's when you get. If you focus on selling, then you will not get actually the results. Okay. It's very important to understand that, the opportunity that Amway presents to us is a very, very flexible, unlimited growth opportunity. And so many people's lives can be changed in one go. This is the only industry, direct selling industry is one of those industries which has the capacity to take on everything that is coming on them. If you see in the current, crisis, if you see so many businesses have just gone out of business. People are, afraid to now ride an Uber and an Ola. People are afraid to go in an Oyo room in a hotel. People are afraid to, go on flights now. People are afraid to even conduct weddings and receptions and all those things. That people are still going to buy stuff, especially the health stuff, especially the air purifiers. Okay, people are still going to sanitize their homes. People are still going to wash their hands. This business offers you the kind of products that are actually futuristic, that are actually there to become recession proof with any kind of crisis that comes forward. In this point of time, the world is going through an unprecedented crisis, friends, and this crisis is health crisis and economic crisis. Think about it. Are you part of the problem? How many people are dying? Is looking at the news. Oh, this is wrong. That is wrong. What is happening? Are you part of the problem, or are you part of the solution? Think about things before 1947. People always used to complain about things happening, but very few of them became the heroes that they could become and became the freedom fighters. Today, those handful are remembered by each one of us because they were freedom fighters. Think about the fact that if people like you and me, become the heroes, become the real war heroes, because today the war is with our household economy and the war is with household health and wellness. if we become the real heroes and we start serving the people around us, that's when the real career comes in place. So what next? Most important thing, we have to understand that we are a nation of 1.3 billion people. And these 1.3 billion people are all seeking opportunities. It's like everybody wants mangoes, nobody wants to grow mangoes. My question is, do you want to grow mangoes? Do you want to be an opportunity provider? Look at the nations which are great in economy. They are the nations who are actually having entrepreneurs. This particular opportunity is basically classified as first class entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship that does not require the typical hard core requirements of capital, hardcore requirements of time, and it has the flexibility. We are sitting in Patna talking to people in Tamil Nadu, and there are people from all over India who are connected. Opportunity which can leverage digital technology, opportunity which is cutting across age segments, across demography, opportunity which is cutting geography across geography and cutting across gender, cutting across different people from different backgrounds, people who are very, very humble background in financial situation, there are people who are having very good finances. All of us are connected together because this is an opportunity that permeates everybody. Even billionaire needs the products that Amway has to make. Okay, they're excellent products. And even a person who's simple, very humble in background, that person is also needing the products that Amway is making, because Amway is basically dealing in products which are good for human health, good for human hygiene, good for human skin care. And these products are the best in their categories. Now, what is it? What is the game plan? What is the idea? How exactly it attaches with our life, goals? See, all of us are looking to secure, our lives. All of us have bills to pay. All of us have expenses to meet. Now, if we are having an excellent collaboration with a giant like Amway, and if that can take care, that can become a source of creating a pipeline of ongoing income, how good about it? Just think about it. The world is going digital more now than ever. In India also, now people who had no, the digital media penetration has gone up like anything. This COVID lockdown has created a massive digital penetration. So much that Mukesh Bhai Ambani has decided to have, all the Ration Walas come on Facebook and WhatsApp platform. Imagine if Mukesh Bhai Ambani can think that, people's homes need grocery, why can't we think about it? Just feel this. The future is going to be a war of .coms. The future is going to be a war of e-commerce giants, the Amazons, the eBays, the Snapdeals of the world. But the biggest problem with these giants is that they don't have loyalty of people. Okay, the loyalty part is missing, and which is why they created affiliate programs. Now, most of them have single level affiliate programs. Amway is one of the giants which has multi-level affiliate programs, which allows us to become as big as any big corporation itself. There are distributorships in Amway, like Holly and Barry-Chen, which are doing more than probably $1 billion. It means that the distributorship itself is huge. So these e-commerce giants need affiliates like us who can influence the communities around us, okay, and help them choose better products and services and platforms which they already are seeking. We just have to influence in a positive way. Imagine a quality person, a quality couple like you, influencing the community around you in a positive way, helping people choose a good platform like Amway to fulfill their product and needs, of every month, and helping them have good quality products, securing their health and hygiene, and then you growing a pipeline for yourself. I'll just give a very simple example. If you have been buying products all your life, somebody must be making money out of it, right? If you are buying, somebody's earning. Why can't we reverse it? Somebody buying and you earning. What's the problem in that? It just doesn't fit, na? Because we haven't been, bred that way. But if you see, it's so easy that you can just flip the sides because you don't need a shop anymore. As our Asia Pacific region head, Mr. Gan had said when we had gone to Istanbul, if you just have enough passion, if you just have a smartphone, the 3 Ps, and if you have positive mindset and an endless list of friends, the sky's the limit where you can go. Imagine every of your friend, every of the person that you know is a potential target for some company or the other. If you will not do, probably Baba Ramdev will do, probably Google will do, probably Ambani will do, probably Tata will do, but they will make a customers of your friends. Now, who is in a better place to service your friends, you or them? Okay. If you have the backup of a set business giant like Amway, and if you have the service orientation, and if you have the good, what I can say, will of a friend, then you would definitely be in a better place to serve your people. Imagine that you are serving people overcome their problems. And this brings us to the last point, how exactly we can help people around us. Never approach people from the point of view of giving them a lecture that, we are doing Amway, you should do it. Never do that. Never do that. Because the kind of money that you are making in Amway, the kind of, growth you're having in Amway, there are industries which are far bigger than that. People will be more influenced by an Amitabh Bachchan that income than they can ever be influenced by income of, your upline. You have to understand that. Okay. So if people are not choosing Amitabh Bachchan over your, for their careers, but they're choosing their careers, there's a reason to that. Because nobody has come and talked about their problem. It's about talking about their problem, not about how big, aura you have built. Don't try to impress people with your business. Try to solve their problem. People are, might get impressed with your, good speech. People might get impressed with your fancy cars. People might get impressed with your fancy checks. But that impression will never make a hero out of them. People only work hard for possible solutions that they have faith on, for problems that they believe are big for them. There are people who are willing to even get inside a gutter and clean that gutter because they believe that's the solution of their problems. There are people in this world who are willing to take a small katora with them and go for begging around the streets because they believe that's the solution of their problems. So actually, we need to focus on the problems of the people. What problem they are facing. Look at a simple ad. A Surf Excel in 20 seconds is able to convey you your problem and the solution. They don't need a lot of presentation. They don't need 1 hour of presentation. They just simply convey you the problem. That the homemaker is there and the husband, he is having a this stain on his shirt because he dropped the sauce bottle, and that's the problem. Okay. The child, usually these are male, because homemakers, their females are very smart. Males always differs. So usually the child is the boy child, and he goes and he jumps in the pond of nobody does like that, but they will dramatize and show it to you because they want to show a big problem to you, a big problem. And that in 10 seconds, the problem is there. And in the next 10 seconds, daag achhe hain. Means, oh, this problem is solved. Surf Excel has solved the problem. And see, 20 seconds, people understand. And when a cold drink ad comes, soft drink ad comes, so the person will be so much drenched in sweat. It will be so much hot for the person that is literally dying of thirst. And then out of the blue appears that, soft drink. And then the person has the soft drink and the problem is solved. Pimple, there's one pimple that comes on the face, and that one pimple is such a big problem for that girl that she cannot go to the party, and that pimple removing cream solves the problem. Pan Parag, Shami Kapoor tells Ashok Kumar that if you don't have Pan Parag, then Bharati will not come. Which means people across have been told and sold their problems. If they have a problem, in 10 seconds, you can tell them that you have a solution. Don't have to impress them at all. Once you tell them a solution, you are there. You have got inside their mind and you are the perfect influencer. Find out somebody. Don't try to sell a Nutrilite. Find out somebody having a health issue. Find out somebody having health sensitivity. Ask people around you how many of them have diabetes. Ask people around you how many of them have arthritis. Ask people around you how many of them are concerned about the kind of fruits and vegetables they're having. Ask, as on date, everybody is concerned. See, out of 133 crore people, God willing, a few lakhs, God willing, God forbid, but a few lakhs might die out of corona. Okay. But the remaining 133 crores will still be concerned about their health. Is it difficult to find out people who are concerned about health? Not difficult. But what we are trying to do is we are trying to lecture them on the power of our Nutrilite. Don't do that. Simply give them a solution of their problem. If your auntie is having diabetes, just talk about diabetes for 5-10 minutes with her, and then give her very, very simple. Auntie, if you don't mind, can I give you a suggestion? Okay, I have heard about a wonderful product, Madhu Nashini. It has helped many people, and it has come from the best in class manufacturers from the world. Number one brand in the world, that is Nutrilite. They have the best quality Madhu Nashini, and people have benefited like anything. This could be a solution to your problem. Now see, she will immediately grab it because you focused on her problem, not on your product. Similarly, people, if there are people who could be your customers, creating a community of customers, okay, and then there are people who could be your affiliates, people who could be Amway business owners. Focus on people around you who are looking for a bigger car. Focus on people around you who are looking for alternative sources of income. Focus on people around you who are looking for more financial security. Ask people very simple question. For example, I simply ask person, boss, which car are you driving? Sir, I'm driving a Swift Desire. Wonderful. And is this your dream car? No, this is not my dream car. Okay, so which was the next car that you would like to buy? I would like to buy a Fortuner. Wonderful, excellent. Okay, so how much would the Fortuner cost? Probably 30-40 lakhs. Okay, so out of this 40 lakhs, what would be the EMI? Probably 40,000 rupees, 30,000 rupees. Okay, boss, if you don't mind, can I tell you that if you start working on an opportunity, I have a solution for you, and that opportunity can fetch you 30,000 of EMI within a year or two. Would you like to explore that opportunity? That person will be instantly attracted. People don't care whether it is Amway or Indigo Airlines or anything else. People care, it's the problem. Don't sell them Amway. Don't sell them the products. Sell them their solutions. If you are able to drive home the solution in their mind, you have got it. Basically, it's a career of entrepreneurship in the truest form, because entrepreneurs are problem solvers. Entrepreneurs have solved problems as mundane as fried chicken, as mundane as coffee. They have solved problems. They have solved problems that didn't even exist. Why Bahubali killed Katappa was the biggest issue 2 years back, and they made 1,000 crores with that. They have created imaginary problems. Thanos and Iron Man, they created those things. So entrepreneurs can do magic. Just you have to understand that you have to understand the problem of people and help them with the solution. My friends, look around you. People are almost like they're wandering in the, what I can say, deserts of problems, and you are the one who can offer them a solution in terms of water, of career, good products. Direct selling industry attracts the best in class, because direct selling industry has got every bit of it. We know people who are doctors, we know people who are chartered accountants, we know people who are students, we know people who are top class corporates, we know people who are from the government sector. All of them are united in this particular industry, and they all swear by the name Amway. This is a story. I'll tell you, there are so many corporations in this world who are professional success, corporate success, but they will never have an impact as big as Amway has. I simply ask you a question. Most of you would have had a soft drink in your life. I have worked with a soft drink brand, but can soft drink ever impact you in such a way that Amway business has been able to impact? Tell me, just ask this question. Can the impact ever be so huge? Can there be financial freedom, or can there be such financial security related to that? Probably the impact can never be so big, because here it is the dreams of people that we are talking about. It is the dreams that we are helping people achieve. So the real career is in terms of helping people around. And last but not the least, always remember, whenever you feel afraid to talk to anybody, always know that it's your own reflection. This one finger is part of this one palm. It's the same. This one palm is part of this fist. This fist is part of this body. This body is part of this room, where both of us are there. This room is part of a, apartment, and this apartment is part of a locality. The locality is part of a city, and the city is part of a state. Okay, and the state is part of a country, and the country is part of a continent. The continent is part of a world, and the world is part of the earth, and the earth is part of the solar system, and the solar system is part of the galaxy, and the galaxy is ultimately part of the universe. All of us are just one. We are all just one. Okay, when you think just about yourself, about your family, probably the God gives you only that much. But when you think about the entire world and so many more people, which happens in businesses like this, God gives you more and more and more. Simply, if you are a parent and one of your child tells you that you come to my party, I'm only inviting you, but the other child tells you that I'm inviting everybody, you are more likely to go to that party where everybody is invited. Similarly, God wants to get invited to a party where people are having security, people are having happiness, people are having joy, and people are having community with everybody around. That's the true partnership that Amway offers to each one of us. And this is the most rewarding career that we have ever come across. And this is one career which has built ethics, which has built integrity, and which has built true purpose and true mission in our lives. So with this, me and Devjani,
thank you so much.
would love to sign off. Thank you.
We will be looking forward to